Hi, everybody. Um, oh, hello.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice.
That was quick. You figured it out.
I know. I was like, let it work. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
So, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And welcome. Thanks for doing the interview today.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Is the music too loud? I can turn it down if you like.
Maybe just a hint, but no, it's not bad. I made this track with Cy Bindi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So, how is everything where you are? Like, whereabouts are you actually?
You know what? I'm in northern Idaho in the
Oh.
middle of the woods, which sounds kind of crazy, but I live, yeah,
Oh,
in the,
nice.
yeah.
The scenery is a bit like British Columbia.
Yeah, we're only an hour from Canada, so I'm very close. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
right by the border.
that's
Yeah.
cool. Oh, we got some people joining us here.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, it
Hey,
makes it funny with the time difference everywhere, right? So,
oh, heck yeah, it does.
why can't see you very well? That is weird. Okay, never mind. Um,
Yeah.
so let's start with okay. Carol, is that that's your artist name?
It
Or is that
is.
actually just your name and just
That is
kept?
just my name. Yeah.
Yeah, same as
When I,
me. I didn't change it for an
yeah,
artist name.
I thought about it. I had friends asking me when I first started DJ what I would change it to, and I just couldn't think of anything. Everything seemed cheesy. So I just like, okay, coral, it seems pretty unique enough. I haven't met very many corals. I haven't heard
Corals,
of any.
yeah.
Okay, so I was like, I'll just stick with it.
Okay, cool. And so where are you originally from, Coral?
Uh, from San Diego, California.
From California?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So grew up there and moved around a lot. And yeah. Uh,
Your sound keeps on cutting out
oh, shoot.
a little
Didn't
bit.
I, can you hear me now?
Maybe it's the internet.
Oh, that, the SoundCloud? No. Yeah, I remember when I didn't even know what I was going to DJ. I bought turntables in like 98. I just bought like a Gemini turntable kit and I knew I loved to dance and I didn't know what I was going to DJ. And I was like, I'll find something. And I had a girlfriend that came from Japan and all she could talk about was Goa trance. She's like, Goa trance is the best. I was like, I've never heard of this music. She put on a Juno Reactor, I think was the first. Oh, Juno Reactor and TAD was some of the first Goa trance I ever heard. And
Okay.
put it on and I was just like, what is this magical music? Like, this is amazing. And she talked about being in Japan and seeing you. And that was probably you're the first female psytrance DJ I heard of.
Okay.
Woman is in Japan and she just like rocks these parties and it's so good. She's like, you should DJ this music. I'm like, okay. So I started like, yeah, buying vinyl. Yeah, I just busted out some of my old stuff, but that was one of my first records.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's before.
So you started in when did you so you started getting into electronic scene, well, like in the 90, what did you say? 90?
90s, like I think my first electronic music was The Prodigy that I remember hearing, and maybe in 93 that I recall. I mean, there's always like Depeche Mode and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but like that's techno. And I was like, oh, this is for me. And I always loved dancing. And so it was just kind of a natural progression. I was like, I want to play music. I don't know what it is, but it's going to do it. And then I discovered, yeah, Go Trance, and my whole life has changed. I've been doing it since 99. Yeah.
99.
Well,
Okay. So you started also when it was like the good times, like um and so you started collecting music, so on vinyl, you DJ'd on vinyl?
I started on vinyl.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
before CDJs existed, so when I had CDs I wanted to play, I had a Walkman or a CD Discman, and I would hook it up into the mixer, and then I would play what I wanted to play out of vinyl, and then mix vinyl back in, because I didn't know that CDJs were a thing. And then I bought my first CDJ 100s,
Okay.
and changed the course of it, because I could just get more music. Lugging around vinyl and then finding psytrance on vinyl was hard and expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so that was in 1999, right? 99?
Yeah. Yeah. You play
Oh,
on DATs, right? Or you played on DATs for the longest time, I
yeah,
thought.
yeah. Yeah, I think that one party where you said you saw me in New York,
Hmm.
I was still playing on DAT even then, I think.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was
Um,
a good.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I went from, learning to play on cassette. So then it was, from cassette to digital cassette, which was the DAT, and never really moved with the times, I guess. I don't know. I just, once you get used to something, right? So,
Yeah,
um,
it's just comfortable.
yeah, but recently, I mean, the past, few years I've been doing CDs. Yeah. But, yeah.
It's just travel
Um,
around with a drive. I'm like,
sorry?
you can travel around with just a little jumper drive and play on CDJs. It's amazing. Now I
Yeah,
don't
I
have to
know.
use or equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what everybody's doing now. So I'm a little bit behind with the time. So there we go.
It
That's
took
why I'm
me,
called. Huh?
I was computer it took me a little bit to get to computer, but because I was producing, I started DJing on Tractor. And then I was like, oh, nah, I had some sound card issues, and playing on computers, okay, I enjoy it. But CDJs, I finally got a pair for my home so I could start playing again, because I missed it.
Hi, Bombay. Hi, guys. Hi. Sorry, I can't. You
I
know
didn't
me
even
when I'm on here. I can't like say hi or connect with everybody because it gets a bit like distracting. But I can see you all guys here. Thank you so much for your love and everything. Um, Hi, Mark. Yeah. So I wanted to ask. So you started DJing in 1999.
I did.
Yeah.
Well,
And how did that come about? And like, what was your first gig and where was that?
oh man, I was staying in Eugene, Oregon, and actually the first person to gift me my first trance records was Rain, now Future. And but back then we hung out all the time. He taught me how to fire dance, and gave me my first records. And so he was teaching me a little bit how to spin. He was DJing psytrance at the time, and yeah, I would just fell in love with that music and hung out with a core group of people that loved it too. And so my first gig was like in a bar in Eugene. So just like tiny, like people were probably, what is this music? Uh, oh, it was so much fun. And yeah, just learning how to spin on vinyl and giving it my nerves and mixing. Uh, and then it's just taken off from there. I moved to New York City after that. And then I started playing a lot bigger gigs and started playing festivals. And yeah, incredible. I was playing for tsunami parties in New York City
Okay.
in early 2000s, about. Yeah, or no,
Okay.
mid 2000s. So
Mid 2000s. Okay. And then obviously you got into producing. When did you start producing music?
probably about 10 or 11 years ago, something like that. And
Okay.
I felt I love DJing, I love performing, and I love playing live. But I was like, okay, I want something more. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be good at it. That was the risk. I was like, but give it a go. So I bought Cubase and just started teaching myself. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought stereo monitors from Guitar Center. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I just started plugging away and was like, okay, I think this sounds cool. and it's just progressed, yeah, from there. And
From
I love
there. I didn't get that. You cut out a minute.
shoot. Yeah, I love producing and love playing out.
Okay, and then so when what was your first track and when was that you produced?
Oh wow. I released a CD called Connected, I believe, and that was, oh, or maybe it was Moving the Earth. It was a long time ago, and I probably shouldn't have released it because when I
Oh,
listened to it, like, oh, production value is so bad. But I mean, I've learned and grown and progressed, and yeah,
and
yeah.
so
So
are you with any label or are you just independent?
I'm independent right now and released on, yeah, a bunch of labels. But yeah, I'm looking for one, but I just haven't had the right fit yet.
Yeah.
And just release on different compilations. And I have 3 new tracks that are ready to go. And I'm just, yeah, just we'll see. We'll see where they come out.
Okay, and where were your, I mean, your like recent, where have they been, what have they been released on? What you were talking about compilations, what compilations have they been, your
Uh,
tracks been on?
well, I released, oh shoot, I released with Nalick, and I'm blanking on the label right now, but
Okay.
yeah, I released some tracks with Nalick and Labyrinth. Um, Synoptics Records, I released through Lee. He made a compilations, and I've released 2 tracks on that with them. Uh, yeah, just pretty random.
Okay.
But Side Bindi, the track that I made with her, we released on Psy Sisters, and then through, yeah, and another comp. So yeah,
Okay. Oh, with the Psy Sisters. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And um can I ask, have you been to India?
No, I've never
No.
been to. I would
Okay.
love.
Yeah.
Have you played there?
Sorry?
Have you played in India?
Well, yeah, I mean I grew up there, so
Oh, okay. I didn't
yeah.
know where you were.
Yeah, well I'm originally from the UK, but I grew up in Goa. So yeah, most of my childhood and yes, and I played in other parts of India too, yeah.
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 And do you still play? Do you go back and play there?
I went back like last year, the year before, and I hadn't been there for like 11 years. So yeah, it
A
was
long time.
because I've been in Canada now for like, yeah, over 11 years now. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so I hadn't been back, and yeah, I hadn't DJed out of Canada in quite a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, I went to Portugal a couple of years ago as well and played at the ZNA after a long time. So
Oh,
yeah,
that party is amazing. All old school.
yeah,
I
yeah,
played last big gig because of COVID kind of shut everything off was Tribal Gathering in Panama. And I met DJ Sada, and she helps, I think, throw that party. And she was, oh, she's amazing. Yeah, play all old school Goa sets, and she's
yeah,
talking it how
yeah.
awesome.
It's all old school. Hi, mom. My mom's on here.
Hey,
Uh, uh,
hey, so I've been atmospheric pressure. Got it.
can you see everybody, Coral, like on
I
here?
see
Yeah.
see people scrolling like that they join, but I can't see how many people are on.
Oh,
No.
okay.
But I see people saying hi and
Yeah,
hey.
that's my mom. My mom just said hi.
Oh,
Um,
no. Hey,
yeah.
mom.
Well, actually, while my mom's on here, I just want to wish my mom happy birthday for tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's her
What's your
birthday.
name? Mandy?
Yeah, Mandy. Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday, Mandy.
Yeah. So so yeah, then I wanted to ask, like, where in the world have you DJ'd, and yeah.
Yeah. And mostly it's been mostly US parties. I
Okay.
travel US, but my international gigs, I've played Panama, Costa Rica,
Okay.
Serbia, Canada. Uh, yeah, I think
Where in
that's.
Canada? Where in Canada did you play?
I played Vancouver, and it was that weekly, and I forget who throws it. A guy that's the longest running weekly, or they used to do it. I don't know if that's
Oh,
going. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It was years ago.
okay.
Because I used to
Um,
live in Seattle. So quick drive.
oh, like right over the border there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And so you said Costa Rica, right? You played in?
Costa Rica. I
What
played for
was that
this.
like?
Oh my gosh, I played. It was wild. I played a party in the jungle. I don't even know.
Oh, Mark is DJ Solitaire is saying Organics was the weekly gig. Organics?
Oh, yes, organics. Good job. I had other people memories work better than mine.
Yeah.
All the parts blend in sometimes. Yeah, organics, and I had a blast.
Okay.
But
And when was the Costa Rica gig that you did?
that was probably 6 years or so ago. And yeah,
Okay.
played in the jungle. I don't even know how we made it to the party. The road was washed out, super sketchy.
Oh yeah.
Uh, we got the van that we were in got stuck in a big hole. I have like people come and get us so we'd be in time to get to the party. Yeah, it was an adventure. And then also the biggest spiders I've ever seen in my life. They were like face size spiders that could see me with their eyes. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm not so even though I grew up in India where you have all that stuff, I'm not so good with spiders and snakes. I'm not really a fan of
Yeah.
those either.
Oh, when
Oh
I saw
dear.
like, oh, I can't sleep here. I'll just dance all night. It's fine. That kept me going. The fear of the spiders.
Yeah, and in Portugal you get like scorpions. Like I never knew that scorpions actually glowed in the like black light.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like that's how obviously how venomous they are. But I remember like at one of the first booms, like, dancing around and I was like, what the heck? I was like, what? And yeah, it was like there was like a few scorpions. My mom's been bit, I think, a few times in Portugal when she went by a scorpion. But yeah, they like glow up like bright green.
Yeah, I had no idea. When I went to Boom, I think there were too many people, and so it probably scared them all away.
Yeah.
They were. But now I know that's not decor to touch them if they're
Yeah.
glowing.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
So you
Um,
play?
sorry?
Did you play at Boom?
Oh, when Boom, like first, like we're talking way back, like it was I was with like Good Mood Productions who like started it off, and when they before they became the Boom Festival, it was Good Mood.
Yeah,
Yeah, so way back then, like, no,
that's
I
awesome.
haven't played recent where it's like massive, no.
Yeah, that party is huge.
Yeah, I haven't been there for a while now, so.
Yeah, I think 2014. That was the only time I went, and I had a great time. But it was
Yeah.
60,000 people or something. It was massive. I think they've cut
2000 and what, 14?
14. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Once it was 15, but I think 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So you've been DJing for quite a while now then. Like how many years in total? Like
22.
22,
20.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I still have quite the passion for it and drive, and yeah, being on stage is like no other. Like playing for people and getting that energy and exchange of energy is just
Yeah.
there.
I wanted to ask you like where do you feel like more like comfortable like DJing on stage or like at home producing music? Like what's
I think DJing on stage
yeah.
definitely more. I mean, I'm comfortable at home, but the work I put in at home is so I can go play, and I
Yeah.
like people, and I love to dance my ass off, and then the more wild I get, the more crazy other people get, and that exchange of energy is there's nothing like it.
Nothing like it, yeah. And as a as a female like DJ and producer, like, I mean, when you first started in 1999, did you find it like difficult to get into the scene, or where you were, was it kind of easy? You didn't find it very like, because when I started, it was like very different, like, uh, you know, to as a female DJ to get into the scene was a little bit of a pain in the ass. But
Yeah, understandable. In Eugene, it was so small that it wasn't much of a scene. I would just
the
play. Friends had me, but when I went to New York, um, as soon I just had to be. I had to see like one person see me play, and then they would tell other people, and then so it was. I don't know about easy, but yeah, kind of easy because they would see me play and they would tell their promoter friends, and then we get booked here, and then someone else would see me play, and then go from there and be like, oh, she's good, okay. Like, so it just kind of started at a tiny, like I played a small hookah bar gig called Goa Trash in New York City,
okay,
and someone saw me there, and then they started booking me at a weekly, and then I started playing tsunami parties, and then I played at Alex Gray's studio. They would have big parties there. Oh, it was incredible. Yeah, playing around surrounded by Alex Gray's art was, oh, it was amazing.
yeah,
So I had incredible gigs there. But when I lived in New York City, I mostly just played in New York City. It's not
okay,
till I moved to Seattle that people started booking me and then flying me, yeah, wherever. There's some incredible parties in the US. They're not huge like Europe, but the energy is amazing. I've been playing for Touch Samadhi parties since early 2000s. They throw Equinox and Solstice in North Carolina, and
yeah,
they have parties. Most people are
yeah.
like, North, what's there? In Asheville, North Carolina, they have an incredible scene.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been to the States, well, a couple of times, and I mean, I played a couple of times there too. I played in LA, and then that party that was, I don't know, was it out kind of a bit outside of New York, I think, right?
Well, it was like 3.5 hours or so from the
Yeah,
city. The Orb Festival.
yeah,
And
the Orb
bro, my
Festival. Yeah, do they still do parties? The Orb? No.
No, no. They would bring in, I mean, the party that you played, they brought in Hallucinogen
Yeah,
and
Hallucinogen was there,
yeah.
and oh, what's his name?
Oh, Logic Bomb was there.
Yeah, Logic Bomb, and then that guy from from South Africa. What's his name? Oh God.
Oh shoot. Not Shift. Uh oh.
Rinky Dink.
Rinkadink, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I remember being in my tent and hearing one of the tracks that I loved of his, and it woke me up out of sleep, and I had to like just stumble to the dance floor and be like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
Rinky Dink and the Israeli artist as well. There was quite a few. There I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was a while ago. That party. Jeez, that was. I'm trying to think when that was in.
2008?
Yeah, maybe. Hey.
I think so. 2000. I think it was 2008. I had some pictures come up in my memories, and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Wow, 2008 already. Wow.
Oh, time flies.
Time flies, hey. And then I wanted to ask, like, how do you like before you go to like to a gig or DJ, like, how do you like prepare for your set? Like, do you have like a schedule that you know that you're gonna play, or or you just go up there and go with the flow? Like, how do you and also, have you done a live? Being as you produce music, have you done a live set of just like your
I
music?
have.
Yeah. Okay.
I've done a live set of music. But the thing is, it's tough for me because I've been a DJ for so long that I always want to hear new stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's a couple couple years old. I don't want to play that. I always want to make new things. So me playing live, I will, but I'm like, oh, I always want to make new tracks and have fresh stuff to play. But as far as preparation, I used to not prepare at all. I mean, I would have my CD book and I knew the tracks I liked and I would just wing it and just be like, this is what's up. But now I prepare more. Like I like to mix at home and hear the tracks together, and I have a list of the stuff that I want to play. But then sometimes that doesn't work, and I have a
Yeah.
backup.
Hmm.
So I have a one like my top tracks, and the promoters will usually tell me like I have 2 hours or hour and a half, so I can kind of gauge it. And then I'll have like auxiliary tracks where okay, I'm like okay, if it doesn't work, then I can switch stuff out and go with the flow. But yeah, I prepare more than I used to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then, what about your live? Um, when did you do your first live, and how was that?
I think I did my first live in Seattle, and I used Ableton for my live, and I'm a Cubase user, and so Ableton seems like a complete foreign language to me, and I had a tough time with it. I did it, but I didn't like it. And
Okay.
if it were, I'd probably be great, but right now I prefer to just yeah make my tracks at home, then just go
And
out
DJ? You prefer to DJ, yeah?
and then DJ my tracks out because I also like dancing. So if I have to like piece things together too much, then I can't
Yeah.
enjoy
You can't
it. And
enjoy, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to just stare at a computer and be like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
out and concentrate. I'll do that at home, concentrate and make space and then interact with people when I'm out. That sounds more fun to me.
Yeah. Okay. And so I mean, how many tracks do you think how many tracks have you produced so far?
Oh wow. I mean, I have a ton of unreleased stuff too that just never saw the light of day because then I listen to it, I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so picky. But God, you know, 50, 60. Yeah, it's hard to gauge. Probably more. I've produced quite a bit, and I have some stuff on old hard drives, and then even I guess this last year, I maybe could have been a little more productive, but COVID was a weird thing, and I think I produced 8,
Okay. And
something like
then
that.
and you said you had 3 new tracks that and I mean, where they're going to be released on
I don't know
or
where to release on yet. I have a couple options, and yeah, just putting it out to some people and seeing who wants to take them. But yeah, I'm super proud. I have one track like sessions I love, and so I'm excited to get it out there. But
okay,
uh,
cool.
that
And
should get
and are any of your tracks like, up on any platforms anywhere?
SoundCloud. I have a
On
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud?
And so
Okay.
yeah, you're listening to, I have my tracks up there, and then some DJ sets so people can hear. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then um I wanted to ask, have you like compiled any compilations yourself or anything like that?
You know what? I have. That's one thing I have not done.
No?
No. How about
Yeah.
you? I
Um,
have.
yeah, I've done a few. I've also done like now I guess it's not so common to do, but like when I was DJing back in Japan and I had released 3 CD mixes,
Mm-hmm.
and I produced like one album like that I did tracks with collaborated with other people and made like an album.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
With the Japanese guy Uni and with Man-Made Man and yeah, like a bunch. Yeah.
yeah. I was talking with you before, but that vision. I went to a Vision Quest party, the Gathering, in 2001, and it was incredible. Saw Extreme and the Delta, GMS and Zorba. I mean, infected mushroom. They had classical mushrooming came out, and it was, oh, it was incredible. 10,000 people. That, yeah, the parties in Japan were incredible.
Oh, you okay? Yeah, you went to the Vision Quest in Japan. Wow, cool.
Vision Quest in Japan. I was booked for fire dancing entertainment, so we got in for free to perform in 2001. Me and
Okay.
some. Hmm?
Yeah, I played there in 2002.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with GMS. Well, there was like a whole bunch, but yeah.
Yeah, there. Oh, it was incredible. The speakers. Oh, the setup was. I just never
Yeah.
hearing on like 3 stories of speakers. I was just like, oh, this
Yeah,
is
the parties in Japan are like so like yeah, they were like so like different, you know, compared to a lot of different places in the world. I don't know. Pretty
yeah.
cool experience, definitely.
It definitely
Um,
was.
yeah. So have you played in Japan then or not?
No, just
No.
went to Tokyo and then went to the Vision Quest party in Nagano. I love to travel, so if I get a chance, even if I'm not playing, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the most recent festival I went to in Europe was Azora and Boom, and Azora was incredible.
I haven't been there yet to the Zora. Still
Oh, just great vibe, great land. Yeah.
yeah. And I wanted to ask your opinion, like how do you think or have you noticed much of a change in the Goa trance scene since you started in 99?
Big time. Yeah.
What in your eyes what do you feel has changed?
Actually, in the US, the parties have always been kind of small. Well, small compared to Europe. Like, uh,
You're
and
breaking
intimate.
up again. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Can you,
It's okay.
I'll just face you. Yeah, the parties have always been kind of small and intimate in the US. So I guess it's just more the music that's changed.
Okay.
I still have the same, yeah, passion and people love it. And it's nice to see a new influx. I guess I'm pretty old school. I've been doing it for so long. It's nice to see an influx of new people and younger people into the scene that are as passionate as we have been for so long. Um, but yeah, I guess it's just a style of music going from Goa
Yeah.
trance, like there was no high tech. I mean, the dark music at the time, like Beast, Spawn was the darkest track, or like Children of Paradise, like in the Delta, that was dark music then. So it's, yeah, completely, we have new
Yeah, there's
genres.
so many different genres. I don't even know half of them.
Yeah, you're just like forest and then progressive. Like it kind of was used to just be Goa, and now like
Yeah.
countless things. And then
Yeah.
chill out. Oh, I love the chill. There's fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Um and then I wanted to ask you like um any of your events that you've played at, is there any like story, like a funny or crazy experience that's happened while you were DJing?
Oh God.
Maybe not, I don't know.
No, well, I've had some wild people get on stage that somehow decided to be behind me and dance and then lose their minds on stage. Uh, Besides, like, usually it's pretty good, and I don't have anything too crazy happen. I think the most memorable are just like if I have hiccups of like electronic malfunctions where I'm like, no, like I had my sound card go out and I was like, what? Sound
Yeah.
card shot, and so I had to get all my music off my. I had another DJ take over for me, put all my music on someone else's setup, and then go back on and then play. And this was in New York City.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh no, why?
Yeah.
So probably the most memorable. I don't think I've had too many crazy things happen.
No.
How about, do you have a memorable, crazy, yeah, thing happen on stage when you were playing?
Oh, many. I don't know, there's too many, man. I don't know, like I don't know. I think one of the interviews that we did, somebody had asked me and I had told him, but it was like, yeah, it was pretty, that was like I think probably my worst one, when I was somebody, like I was DJing and I was in my zone and some guy came behind and was like grabbing my boobs from behind while I was DJing. So
What?
that
Oh,
was yeah, that was a bit like what the F?
yeah. I'd be like, I'm gonna hit you. Don't hit
Yeah.
people.
And my friend was like, like looking at me, and then the security guy, because the security guy is supposed to be like making sure that nobody's going up there. And the
Yeah.
security guy was like, "Oh, I thought it was her boyfriend." She's like, "Excuse me?" Yeah,
Yeah.
you
No.
think I don't even think if that was her boyfriend that he would go and do
They
something.
do that. No partner of mine would be like, "This is a good idea on stage." That's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. So,
Oh.
um, I'd say that's one of them. I mean, I've had so many like experiences where I had to like, a lot of the parties are like got raided by cops and I had to run away and like because the organizer's not there and I had to like run with my or leave my gear and like just run. And yeah, I've had loads of stuff like that happen.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess I've had parties shut down. I've had one shut down mid-set where I was just like, oh, the cops came and then just nothing. Or
Yeah.
I've had to turn the volume down until like it sounds like it's on your iPhone
I'm
and you're,
and
oh
it's like
no.
what's the point? Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear Psytrance as a whisper. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know. I think it'd be kind of funny to write a book because I know like since I like started DJing, I think I have loads of stories of um the experiences that because I think back then the parties maybe were a little bit more like wild and not so like in places that were not like legal, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, idea. Now you got to write a book. It's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Next, do it.
yeah. I wanted to ask you also, is there any like places that you really want to be like go and DJ or perform at like
Oh yeah. Well, since I've been to Zora, I really want to play a Zora. That was amazing. Of course, Boom. Like there, I would love to. There's so many good parties. I would really like to play in Europe, but I feel like it's hard. Hard as a well, maybe just for me or a U.S. artist to get there. But maybe I need to reach out and try a little harder. But I would love, yeah, love to play Zora. Love to play Boom. So goals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you got any like what's your schedule looking like at the moment? Like have you got but because now with this pandemic and stuff, like a lot of people, it depends which part of the world you're in. So to like
I've
gigging
had
wise.
upcoming gigs, and I was booked consistently before. And I know there's some parties I've seen in California that have happened, and some parties around. But yeah, I'm hoping this next year will open back up a little bit more. The last party I was booked for, well, in it would have been Maryland. It got canceled and shut down. They had new COVID restrictions, and so I was booked for a festival there, shut down. I was booked in, supposed to play in Mexico also,
Oh, really?
and then I played with Lee in Vancouver. There was a party there, but then COVID restrictions of getting into Canada. Um, yeah, so yeah, I know it'll happen.
Yeah.
And set back up, but right now, yeah, no. This is the longest I haven't played. I had one gig in the summer, but this is the longest I have not played since I started DJing. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Well,
kind of why.
me, I don't feel so like frustrated like a lot of DJs are just because I took a long break anyway. So,
Yeah, I don't feel frustrated. I know it'll happen again. I'm not worried. Uh,
yeah, maybe
I do.
next year, well, hopefully by next year it might, I don't know, might go back to what is normal or the new normal. I'm not really sure how to put it, but
Normal is completely different now. Feels like it's been
yeah.
it's been wild. But yeah, I know it's gonna happen again. I just miss dancing, so I can't wait. My next party I get to play. I might just I'm gonna lose it in the best way.
Yeah. And um, what would you say is the most rewarding part about being a DJ for you?
Ah, I think getting to share the love and passion I have for this music. Yeah, just being like, okay, these are the best tracks that make me like so happy and dance, and then I get to share them with other people, and then I get to share it in that moment, and then I get to see their reaction when they hear what I love, and they it's that exchange, I think, of that shared moment with people on the dance floor that I absolutely love the most.
Okay.
Mm.
And what would you describe your style of
Oh man, I that full on,
full on?
yeah, whatever's playing now. I think it's tough to put.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
have to categorize, be like, here, listen to my stuff. What do you think?
yeah.
Uh,
And then have you collaborated with anyone?
I've collaborated with a few artists, not too many. I mostly produce on my own, but I've made a track with Nalik, Labyrinth, and then some good buddies, Avery, Alberto, and Solomon, and then Sai Bindi.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, so I've
And
collaborated, but I've mostly done most of my stuff is solo.
solo, okay. And I mean, you have you released an album?
I have. I've released a couple. I won't tell you the names of the old ones because you don't want to hear them. But and then
Why not?
I they'll come right back up, I'm sure, if you search. But my latest has just been mostly singles and EPs. Like I feel like it's strange. Like I can produce an album, but I feel like people's attention spans are so short now that like doing a 3-track release is about within people's, yeah, or doing it on a compilation seems better than a full. I love listening to full albums. I enjoy it, but I feel like in the digital age, people don't just put on a record and listen to it all the way through. They're like, oh, this track, this track, this track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
right now it's been,
my brother
hey,
just joined. Hi, Ezra. My brother's online too.
oh,
No,
hi,
my mom and my brother in the UK. So
oh, they are nice.
yeah,
Lovely.
yeah. um, somebody's saying who's that? Oh, Saibini saying Eternal Blue.
That's the name of the track we produced together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she does some stellar vocals, and she's incredible.
And what did that come out on any? Where did you release that?
Yeah, it came out on a compilation, and I can't think of the record label. Say, Bindi, you might know offhand. But yeah, it came out on a compilation maybe a year or so ago.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I love that track.
Um, and then do you? I mean, so now that you're not DJing, out much, have you been like at home, like making mixes to put online, or not really? Have you? Oh, that's another question I wanted to ask you. Do you do the a lot of DJs do the live streaming?
You know what? I've only done, I think, 2 live streams. One was with Judge Ming, and she was out of Vancouver, Canada, and it was like a ladies' night for DJing, and I played for that. And then I did a tsunami tribute because John, to throw tsunami parties in New York City, passed away, and so
Okay.
there was a party for him, and so I DJ'd that because that was the first big parties that I played. Like he would bring in like Astral Projection, Talamasca,
Okay.
who, like those were the bigger parties that I played. My first big parties.
Okay.
Um,
And how did you
so I,
find? I mean, because I've never done the live stream. Like, how did you find it? Like, did you find? Was it weird?
yeah, you know what? Once I just get into it and start dancing, I'm good. But I much prefer to play in front of, yeah, with people actually there. I had a good time, but I'm just dancing by myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, so yay in my home. I do anyway. I dance around anyway, so I guess streaming it is about right. But uh, yeah, I prefer like live gigs. The streaming, I didn't do a ton of those. I'm just excited. I'm saving all my energy to play out again.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I thought about it for 1 minute, but then I was like, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking it would have been kind of cool, maybe not so much now, but you know, before when it was like lockdowns and all, to try and like arrange like an all-female live streaming gig would have been kind of cool
Yeah.
to do. But right now I still haven't got all the technology in my house, like my computer's not even working. So, but I did think about that would have been a cool idea, you know.
Yeah. Well, back to Judge Ming, she could do it. She's great. And is in Vancouver. But we should play an actual live party together.
Yeah,
Hey.
I know at some point, but I mean, I was thinking, well, whilst the lockdown was, when it was real lockdown and nothing was happening, it would have been kind of cool to do like an all-female like event
Yeah.
online. But yeah.
Uh, last all female. I've done a couple, but it was Seattle. They threw an all female. And it was me and Chromata and Liz 11 and Lee B from Vancouver, and we had a rockin' party in Seattle. And then my friend Alex does Phase 2 promotions, and he is out of Denver, and he has thrown a couple.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's pretty incredible.
That's cool that they're doing that around still. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I did that. Well, I did the first ever one in Japan, like, you know, a long time ago. And
yeah.
but it was, everything was female, like from the sounding to the lighting and everything, decoration. It was no males at all. It was, we had male audience, but like everything that was done at the party was done by females. And there was like the DJs, and then there was a live. Rike did the first ever live, and it was awesome. Yeah. And then and then I did one in Portugal as well with my friend Diogo. You know, back then it's Good Mood. We did an all female. Yeah, I think it was like one of the first ones in Portugal too.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's I haven't played one like that where all the production has been done. That's pretty cool, especially in Japan. Ooh.
yeah, in Japan, especially because the guys were like, "What the heck? Like, seriously? Are you?" I don't. They were like taking the piss out of us. Like, yeah, I don't. I think it. You know, and also because it was on the same night as what's it, Fuji Mount, not Mount, Fuji Rock Festival or whatever, which is like a huge festival. And we did it in Tokyo at this place called Liquid Room, and the guys were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a flop." And yeah, all the guys were like telling us it's gonna be a flop, but it wasn't. It was like by midnight there was like this queue going all the way around the block. It was like massively packed.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
because you
incredible.
know, because obviously I think a lot of Japanese were curious. They were like, "What is this? Like all female? Like seriously?" So
Yeah, what's this gonna be like?
yeah,
Weird. Yeah, there's only like at parties mostly there's just like me and maybe a couple other women playing. And sometimes I've been the only, I mean, a lot of times I've been the only one, but maybe like there'll be a handful of us that play.
yeah. Um, but yeah, no, it was a super cool atmosphere. Just having everything, the DJ and the sound and everything, you know, was just all women. So
Yeah, that's incredible.
yeah, which is pretty rare, you know.
Yeah, I've
Um,
never heard of it, so that's the only time.
yeah, so that was fun. It was a fun thing to do, and yeah, and there's not, you know, I mean, there's not really that many like trance events where it's all female in the whole night. Not
Mm-mm.
many at all.
Especially festival, never. Um, and then yeah, I've been to a few. There have been a female just single night parties.
I did actually suggest it to ZNA. I don't know if they would ever do it, but I did suggest to them that maybe, you know, one of their nights they should just have all female play. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Even if it's not on the main stage, you know, they have like that tent area maybe in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool.
That would be super cool.
You know, change it up a little bit.
Yeah, usually, and I love the guys, but yeah, it's usually all guys. So that would be incredible energy. Hopefully they do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Or you never know, maybe a few years down the line I might, you know, try and, you know, organize another one somewhere in some part of the world. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds fun. Yes, do that. I'll be there.
Yeah,
Done.
maybe in Canada. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Um, because Canada's a nice place to do parties as well. I mean, there's so much open space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been to an outdoor festival in Canada yet. I've only played indoor so far.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
went to like you heard about the Shambhala festival, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played there way back as well. I think I don't exactly remember the year. I think if Solitaire's still on here, he would probably know. But I would say 2006, maybe seven,
Yeah. I
something like
heard that
that.
they stopped booking psytrance artists and stopped doing their psytrance stage, is what I heard.
Yeah, I'm
I,
not. I'm not 100% sure. I know that the last time I played there, because I played there a couple of times, it was like, yeah, they weren't really because it was like a smaller, it was smaller, and I think the guy who originally was putting on the Goa trance stage. I don't think he's involved in it anymore. So
Mhm.
yeah, which kind of sucks because it was nice.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard stories of epic stories of that party and that stage, but
But yeah, the Shambhala festival is like, I mean, yeah, when I went, I loved it. Like, I loved it every time. Just all the different stages, like different music going on everywhere. It was pretty cool.
yeah, so you get a little taste.
Yeah, yeah,
I think the best one, or not the best one, but the biggest one I've been to here was the Oregon Eclipse Festival, and that was huge. They had 60,000 people there. I mean, it was all different stages of music, but their psytrance stage was just rocking. I think like 6, 7,000 for the states. It's huge, and
yeah,
it was an incredible experience. The music was stellar, vibe was stellar.
yeah, yeah. Um, and then yeah, well, I mean, I was just wanted to ask you, like, yeah, you don't really know when your releases or where they're going to be coming out. So
Yeah, not the next one, but I'll keep you posted for sure.
yeah, and yeah, so basically for people who are on here or who are going to watch this afterwards, like, so they can find you on SoundCloud, right?
They can find me on SoundCloud, or reach out to me even on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm happy to message and give them links to music. But yeah, my SoundCloud will have all my most recent tracks and some DJ sets. I'm glad I uploaded the Tribal Gathering one. I forgot and I didn't do it, and that was from last year. So yeah,
Okay,
so I just
okay,
uploaded.
so you haven't done any like recent mixes at home then?
Just for the two streaming gigs I did, and that
Okay,
was May and then one for New Year's. But that's about it. Yeah, I've
yeah.
just been focused on producing. I knocked out a few tracks, and yeah,
So
I
some of your newer tracks up on SoundCloud then?
no, because usually labels they don't want them up there.
Up
I
there.
send
Okay.
you private. I can send you privates you can hear, but
Oh, okay.
they'll be released. Usually they're just like they don't want anyone to hear them. So
Okay.
yeah,
So you sent me a link, did you say? I will check it out then.
definitely do. Definitely do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then if like I mean some of your like older stuff, like I don't know, maybe I should have a listen to it, but also because I know I have a friend in Israel and they are normally into like releasing like older like retro.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you'd be interested in that,
Sure.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's message about it. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
because I'm maybe working on doing another CD mix for them in Israel. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if there's any track, one of your older tracks that we like, maybe we could use that for the mix. Did you hear
Yeah.
me? It cut out, I think.
Yes. Well, I had somebody call and they got a little
Oh, okay.
messed up my feed. I
Never
was
mind.
like, don't do it.
Yeah, never mind. But yeah, just send me a link, or maybe yeah, if you have like a link to your older stuff, and I can check it out as well.
I
Um.
actually have my stuff on CD. I could mail it to you. No, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So,
Definitely. Yeah, and then I wish you all the best for like the future, and you know, for your releases. Let us know when when your releases are coming out on what they're coming out on.
yeah, will do. I'll keep you
Yeah.
posted. It was
Yeah.
lovely to chat with you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here for the interview. And it's fantastic to finally meet face to face
Yeah.
since inspiration when I was starting DJing is the only other female that I heard DJing psytrance. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I'm happy I inspired somebody, anyways.
Inspired me.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and take care, and keep on rocking the dance floor. And yeah, and it was lovely to speak to you.
Lovely to speak to you too. Let's play at a party together. Just putting it
Yeah,
out there.
fingers,
Promoter. Listen.
yeah,
Okay.
fingers crossed. Maybe sometime next year or the year after.
Yeah.
So yeah, and thank you everybody for whoever were here supporting us.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and sending everybody lots of good vibes.
Lots of good vibes. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Coral, nice. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. What happened?